I'm going to quickly jump into, I don't have that much time with you, but I would imagine for a company that's online, you've probably adopted a lot of the really cool remote collaboration, productivity application type names. Right here, I've got them all up. I'm just going to cut them by citation a little bit so we're not seeing everything that's out there. We'll just do some of the bigger ones. But there's obviously Microsoft Teams and Office are always going to dominate because if you have an enterprise license, you're going to use them. But there are other names that other people are using. Smartsheet is one I'm super interested in here. I'm assuming you're using Google Workspace, Slack, or Zoom, Monday.com. These are all names that I've been hearing a lot more about. Curious for your organization, sir. Are you just fully aligned with the Google suite and using GChat and Google Meetings, or are you actually bringing in some of these other productivity applications to support that?
Not quite fully. We are Google Workspace, as you guessed, and we over time have not been satisfied with GChat, and we use Zoom for internal and external meetings. We use Slack for internal communication, and we'll even use those Slack Hangouts for quick convos within the team. We use Twilio, but actually that's not as so much as a productivity tool, but for SMS automation within our product. And then I thought I'd seen Monday.com. Actually, we do use Monday.com for our software development lifecycle.
That's fantastic. I'd love to touch on all of them. Let me first just start with Google Workspace. So it's largely on their video chat and their chat where you said, okay, I think maybe we can find something else not too cost prohibitive that we think is going to provide a better service. The rest of it, though, as far as their content management, document file storage, everything that's else in the G Suite, have you largely been satisfied with?
Yes, we've been quite satisfied with Google Docs, Calendar, email, integration with AIM within GCP and Firebase, so it's very easy to administer users across some of the tooling. Been very happy with Workspace.
That's great to hear. And now Slack's an interesting one to me. Mr. Butterfield basically created this as an in-app chat system for video games. And then realized he was onto something and rolled it out a little bit bigger. And I've been around a long time. And my first thought when it came into the markets and they were going to go, remember they went IPO without using banks, and it was all very, very different path. And I remember thinking to myself, well, Microsoft Teams is going to catch up sooner or later. And everyone already has GChat personally. And I was just really surprised that they carved out such a great niche. Now, the truth is, we use it here at ETR. We're power users of Slack ourselves, and we use the Slack huddles and the Slack calls. And I just really find it a really interesting story that they were able to carve out a niche when you're dealing with a Microsoft and a Google in those deep pockets, even to the point where Salesforce decided to buy them. Just curious your take on it, how you think they were able to do that, and also just from an actual practitioner point of view, are they able to scale with you as your business grows? Is the cost prohibitive, or is that working for you as well, Sean?
Yeah, great questions. Yeah, from what I've heard, it sounds like Slack, once they made that original pivot from video gaming to conversations to this more like productivity tool for enterprises, it sounds like they've always been just absolutely obsessed with customer feedback and really evolving their processes around that. But then with the other side of it sort of being they set out to prove to users why they should use it, and I think that's always the question of like, is it if you build it, they will come, or, do you like double down on the value proposition, keep drilling into the problems and the pains? And I think Slack invested a lot in their product management process to develop that sort of realization for the need, for the use case. For us personally, yeah, we love Slack. We're a remote first company. And so this is one of, I would say the most important tooling that we have, the ease of use. The scale so far has been great, but we're also, still under that magic number where you have to use premium. And so we honestly go back and forth with like the you can do a trial of the premium, we'll start using some of those features, and they haven't totally hooked us yet, but I think as soon as we hit that magic number, what is it, 100 people or something, we'll pay it, just because I don't believe we would go to, like we said, Gchat or some alternative, especially being a non-Microsoft shop and being a remote first company, how much we rely on Slack.
It's amazing. They become part of the culture of the company in a certain way. And I know when I'm onboarding new people, I always try to sit down and talk to them a little bit about Slack, where our core hours are, when you feel like you need to reply, when you don't. But it really, they found a way to infiltrate certain companies where they're a cultural aspect of the company themselves. Just a tremendous job they've done.